Hello everyone, just going to do a quick video on how to add your own content to the website. Right now, of course, you're looking at Trader Educators, the site we're building right now. I have the navigation built, as you can see from here. Um, each one of these menus actually represents a page in Joomla. So let's go ahead and look. Alright, so to log in, basically I gave you that link, right? So it's Rent Boulevard, which again will change once we get to your site. Then it's just /administrator, and that will get you into the login page, and it'll log you in here. So come in here, and the first thing you do, of course, you have a ton of options in here, but really what we're going to do for now is close that. Go to Components, K2 Items. All right, so pages. Each page is really called a K2 item. All right, so when you reference a page, it's really an item. So you open this up, and right now you're going to see this is the K2 Manager, and each one of these is a page on your website. Alright, so if you come in here and you see resources, products, etc., that's everything you see in here. Now there's a couple easy ways to do this. You can come in here and you can actually filter. So if you're looking for a certain page, you can say, hey, options. Click that, and it'll actually filter the list based off your options. You can also sort with these different options here, so you got some filters. So what I did to make it real easy is if you come in here and you look at the About, you're going to see our philosophy, master traders, etc. So each one of these pages I put into a category called About. So if you come into select category and say About, that's going to show you every page that's right here. Alright. So the only thing that I did do that I'm not sure if you guys want this or not, and it's totally up to you and I can change it. So I've noticed in your site that, of course, you have duplicate menu links, right? So for example, Joe Ross is under the About. He's also under private tutoring. He's also under services, right? So I don't know if you have one page and that's where everybody goes to, that one page for Joe Ross, or is there actually 3 different pages? So you want About Joe Ross on this page, and under products it's completely different. So what I did is I just made them all individual. So if I were to type in Joe right now, you're going to see 3 different Joe Rosses in here. But each one of them is a different category. So this is the Joe Ross for the About, Joe Ross for services, and Joe Ross for products. So just let me know. There's a lot of those duplicate, or actually quite a few other different links like that. So if you don't want that, if you just want one page and you want to link to that one page, I can fix that. Not a big deal. So just want to let you know. All right, so let's look at, let's go back to the About here. Alright, so this is the About menu here, so just going to let you know. Of course, to open up a page, you just click on the link. Do not worry about featured. We don't have anything set up for featured. Publish is really cool, so right now these are all active pages. If you want to take a page down, all you got to do is click on the Publish, and it will actually remove that page from being on the site. Of course, this is on the K2 Manager, so if you don't want the menu link to show, we need to go into the menus, which I can describe later. But anyways, that's just kind of give you an idea of how simple it is to take a page on and off the site. Of course, the category shows you what category they're in. It makes it nice and easy. Author is obviously me because I created all these. And it tells you when it was last modified, who last modified a page. The access level, we'll work on that later because I know you have some pages that you want only to show once someone logs in. So there's some pages there, but right now every page you see on here is called public, so that means anybody in the viewing public can see the page without having to log in. This is the created date, when it was modified, how many hits the page has. The image is if we added a special image to the page, don't worry about that. Of course, we're only using one language at this time. And then, of course, the ID, which is kind of used for database purposes. Alright, so that's pretty much the only tools you need. If you need to create a new page, you can create new, you can copy pages, you can move pages, you can do a bunch of different things here. So let's just look at a page here. Let's go to Joe here. Alright, so this is the page. Alright, so of course you have save, close, save and new, save, cancel. This is the title. This is what will actually appear on the page. So if I go to About Joe Ross, that's this part right here that I'm highlighting. The title alias, this is the URL. So if you look at the URL here, you got Rent Boulevard. This part I will actually remove once we go live, but then it'll be About, which is the category. Since you have a sub menu here, so About Master Trader Joe Ross, and here's the actual page. So the Joe Ross is what you're going to see right here. Now there's no special characters, no spaces, so anything you can put together or put dashes, or you can put dashes in there and be fine. So this is the category. If you need to move this page into a different category, you can just select a different category and it'll move that page to that category. Tags, if you're interested in using tags, you can tag these pages with whatever you would like to tag it to. And of course, featured and published are the same things that you just mentioned on the front page. Don't worry about featured, and published usually means yes because the page is live. So this is the editor. This is where you're going to add your content. Right? So first thing I like to do is click on this expand option, and that will give me a full page here, so I don't have to do as much scrolling. If you're copying your pages from your old site and you have the HTML and you just want to copy the HTML, you can go into source, and this will allow you to copy and paste the source. It'll have tags, it'll have all kinds of different things in here. It's color coordinated, which is really nice, so you can see if something's broke. So that's one way of doing it. If you don't and you just want to use the design, you can come in here and you can type whatever you want. Yeah, so that's that. So we have a ton of tool options here. If you hover over each one, it tells you exactly what it is. There's copy and paste. It's kind of cool if you're copying from Word. It really wants you to paste from Word because Word has a bunch of tags in it. So when you copy a Word document into here, it's actually going to have some problems. So they always recommend you paste from Word here. You can select all. You can do a spell checker. You can do bold, italics, underline, strike through. Let's see what else you got. You got your bulleted numbered list, your bulleted regular list. You can indent, and you can add a block quote. Let's see, you can left align your text, center line. You can add hyperlinks. You can add documents. Let's see, I don't know, anchor tags if you want. Add a picture, flash element, tables if you want to insert a table. You can do all kinds of different things like that. Smiley faces, not sure about that one. Let's see what else we got. You can iframe. You got your styles, which is nice. So if you want to change this to a H1 tag, H2 tag, which are really good sometimes for styling and making it easy to work with. You can change your font. You can change the font size. You can change the color of your font. You can add a background color. You can do just about anything on here. So yeah, so let's look at some important things. So you come in here. Actually, sorry. So you add some text, right? I'll just copy this a bunch of times. Alright, pretend that is your text, and let's say you want to add an image, right? And let's say you want to float it to the left. You come in here, click where you want. If you click on, there's two ways to do it. You can click on this option here, or if you expand here, there's add media as well here at the bottom you can use. We'll just go ahead and use this image up here. And it'll launch this nice little editor here. Go through. And these are all basically all the images that are on your server right now that we have access to. You can create new folders, you can organize this however you want. But let's just say I go in here and I click on this image here. I'll say, double click on it. Alright, so now it's going to load the image. Alright, so this image I want, confirmed it. First thing you want to do is I want to left align it to the images, so I want it so that the text is all to the left or to the right of the image. So I'll say line it to the left. I can add a caption. The modal lightbox actually is really cool. If you add the image in there, it's just an image, but if I say yes styled, you can actually click on the image and it'll actually pop up into a modal window and show you the larger version of that image. I'll go ahead and leave that on for now just to show you what that means. You can add a title. It's always good to add an alt description because it's Google friendly, so just say 3 people reading or whatever. You can add a custom ID. It actually has a cool option here for classes, so if you want to go in here and add a thumbnail, fade in, maybe the image is rounded, Polaroid, circle, so it's got some predefined styles of the image, so it basically applies like a border, or it'll actually make the image look like a circle. So all kinds of different options there. The only thing it doesn't have, which I wish it would, is when you insert this picture, the text is going to be really tight to the image. So what I always do is I come in here and I'll just say margin right, and it kind of gives you some help as you're typing. And we'll just say 10 pixels. And if you line the image to the right, you just say margin left. Anyways, kind of nice to have. So let's go ahead and insert into the content. As you can see now, it's left aligned, and here's my text. So let's go ahead and save this and preview it. Alright, so it's saved, right? come into Joe, refresh. I have my text. It's left aligned. Right now with that light box, I can click on it. We'll do a full-size image if you want. So I don't know if you have like a manual or document of some sort that you have an image of and just kind of want to use that, you can do that. If not, if I come back into it, now let's say I want to modify that image and I don't want that. What you do to modify an image, you just right click on the image and go to image properties. And basically what I'll do is I'll say no. Of course, when I do that, it's not going to give me, it's going to give me the full size of the image. So now I have a very large image because that's the original size. So usually you don't want super large images, even though I can come in here and I can actually resize it just by dragging it just like I do in a Word document or a PowerPoint. You can do this, which is fine. Just note that if you upload a 3 megabyte photo into here and you shrink it to this size, that photo will still be 3 megabytes. So you may have some issues with your page loading a little slow because of the file size. So always make sure your images are kind of cropped down. But if not, you can go ahead and do this as well. So I can, oops, I double clicked on there too. I guess you can double click or right click. If I align to the right, and I'll say margin left. So now I can move it over here. A couple other things that probably are very useful is you highlight some text and you want to add a link to it. You can add a link. I can link to a menu. So if there's a page on here that I want to link to, let's say I want to link to a product. Let's say I want to do the eBooks Espanol. Click on that. OK. And now that will link to that particular page. You can also do the same thing, hyperlink and add a custom one if you want. Let's see, target. You can also open up the new pages, modals, do all kinds of different things. Here you should be able to type in your own URL if you want. Let's see, make sure that's right. Let's go ahead and, yeah, you should be able to type in your own URL here if you want to do a different one. Let's see, what else do we have here? You can do, mail to if you want an email address. All right, type in the email address. You can default the subject and add something to the message body if you want by default. Up here, you can add an image. Don't worry about that. Image gallery, don't worry about. Media, again, I could probably help you out. It might be a custom on that one. Extra fields, if you want to do an extra field where you can actually have like a table at the bottom that contains the same information on multiple pages, you can do that. You can actually attach documents to the page that'll float at the very bottom and tell you that you have a PDF or a Word document at the bottom. Over here on the right, this is the publishing, so we have an access level you can change to registered or whatever access level we create. When the date was created, you can actually decide when you want to publish a page. So if you say, hey, I have this page, I built it, we're doing a campaign, but we don't want to launch until Monday, I can put Monday's date on here, and I can say, well, we only want this to run for 1 week. I can say after the following Monday, make sure this page is automatically unpublished. Metadata, if you want to add in your own description, keywords, you can do that as well. And then this is really like what you want to see on the page. If you want the creation date to be on the page, you can say, show it. If I want, I kind of already set this up by default, but if there's some things on here that you say, hey, this is really cool, we really want that, you can go in here and just show that. If you find that you really want that for all your pages, let me know, because I can actually do that on the category level, so you'd never have to change that again. So yeah, so that's really it for now. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, but if you have any other questions, we can maybe discuss on Friday, 7 in the morning, or you guys can just email me any questions you have, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you. In my video here. Here we go. Let's see, stop.